we're finishing up our sequels throughout February because the whole, shtick was sequels in the second month of the 2022nd year.
Twos.
It's just all about twos. This was my pick. We are talking about Stepfather 2, which also was released as Stepfather 2, Make Room for Daddy.
It's one of the few films with a 0% rating on Rotten Tomatoes, talking about Stepfather 2, a sequel that steps off with a serial killer escaping from a mental hospital and then doing what he does best, by stalking a divorced woman in Los Angeles.
I don't know what the budget was for this film, but it was released in selective theaters, which they didn't plan on, but the movie turned out so good that they decided to try it in some selective theaters. And they made, I think, something along the lines of $1.5 million in the box office, but it was intended to go direct to DVD.
Probably VHS.
No, I think it's a DVD.
The movie came out in 89, didn't it?
It did.
How many DVDs were in 89?
I don't know. Maybe it
Ahead of
was.
its time.
You know, it said VHS, but my brain's like DVD. I don't
Maybe
know.
it was like Laserdisc?
Oh, man, that'd be weird. I bet it's a collector's item now on Laserdisc. No, I don't know. But either way, it was supposed to come direct to video, and they're like, no, this is way too good. We are putting this in some theaters. And they did. The movie starts out with clips from the first one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That looked much better.
It did look really good. And I
kind of want to watch it.
I thought I seen it, but I was wrong. I was thinking of The Dentist.
Oh, yeah.
Which kind of some similarities.
Triangle titties. Came from The Dentist.
Did it?
Yes.
Huh.
Huh.
I'm kind of speechless now.
You should insert, a flashback moment. Did you save that part?
I'm not sure.
Probably not.
Well, even if I did, that would have been audio only.
Okay, flashback audio.
We'll see. We will see. Yes, that came from a comment made by the one and only Isaiah Page. Yeah, we have not forgotten it. It lives on in spirit.
I thought we'd start right in, get some things out in the open and know what we're dealing with. You want to tell me something about yourself?
What's to tell?
The Great Escape. In the beginning, we get this. Okay, his name is Jerry. Jerry Blake? Is that what it was?
Oh, I
it's
think
Jerry Blake.
so.
But what was his doctor name? His new false identity? Does anybody know?
Gene,
It was Gene?
I think. Wasn't it? Gene something?
Yeah, after he got out.
Yeah, Dr. Gene?
Yeah.
Okay. So, he's in this mental institution, and he befriends this psychiatrist, I guess? And this whole scene cracks me up. It's so elaborate and overdone. And he essentially kills this guy with a nail to the back of the neck. And he dies very quickly.
You know, that little figure guy was like a million times bigger than his house that he made.
He's got to hide the nail, which I don't know. How did he create that mechanism that made it boop, shoot out? Cleverly done, okay?
He's got
This
a lot
guy,
of time on his hands.
he's a master of his craft. But he kills this guy, and he dresses up as the security guard that he calls in and kills. He bludgeons him with his own nightstick, and he dresses up as him. He takes the hair he's been saving and makes a beautiful mustache. Perfect.
It was so burly. There was not that much hair.
I would have loved it if it was really scraggly.
Yes, that would have been good.
Oh, man. And then they show this, shot of him walking away from, this. There's no gates or nothing. It's just he's in this field, way in the open, just walking away as the alarms are blaring and shit is hitting the fan. But he escapes.
This guy gets away with a lot.
He does.
Nobody's looking for this guy. He does all these things, kills all these people, assumes multiple identities throughout this movie, and nobody cares.
It's
Nobody picks
because
up on
he's so damned charismatic. You know, he just talks to you, and you're like, I don't know why, but I feel safe with you.
That's daddy power.
I don't know why either, because he looks kind of creepy.
He looks like an average guy.
He looks like he's gonna just hold you and make you feel safe.
Yes, exactly.
And
Thank you,
that's
Daddy.
creepy.
Okay, I have. When he escapes, he helps this guy load his trunk with his own body, and this guy's loaded. This guy's got some cash. I want to mug that guy. And so he goes to this hotel, and my question is, where does Dr. Gene get his hair? Where did he get hair from? How does he have hair?
Bosley.
I was thinking the same thing, though.
Yep.
He saved more hair than you realized.
Ooh.
Did he cut it off the guy he killed? No? Like
No.
crickets?
Is he-
How does he grow hair? He has hair in 2
He's
days.
very good at making wigs. Master craftsman.
I'd say because it looks like it's legitly growing out of his scalp. It's insane.
Hair plugs. He's a doctor.
He's not really a doctor.
He's a doctor.
I don't know. It's weird. It is in this hotel room where he's watching. Is it the Newlyweds game or something? And
think so.
he learns about Palm Meadow, the greatest place in California, the place where you want to live. It's picturesque. It's everything you want your neighborhood to be. And
I
he's-
live there.
Yeah, I lived there. Well, probably not. I probably couldn't afford it. And so he's like, this is where I'm going. And he does. He goes to Palm Meadow, which I have to keep reading.
Very hard to remember.
It really is. Whew. This is where we are introduced to the realtor and future love interest. I don't even know her name. I know her as Meg Foster. Says
Carol.
Carol?
Carol.
I'll probably call her Meg a lot, but Carol.
With that soft voice.
That's just how she is.
The whole time.
That's how she is in everything. She played, anybody here watch Masters of the Universe?
No.
Really?
Asses of the Universe. I've seen that.
How about They Live? With Rowdy Roddy Piper?
No.
Damn it. It doesn't matter. Those are the two I know her from the most, and I don't mind her. She has got the bluest freaking eyes.
I thought they were fake.
She looks like she could be a cadaver.
Oh.
Like, there's some dead eyes.
I don't think that's a compliment.
Well, I mean, they're unique.
Baby, your eyes look so dead.
Yeah.
Mm.
Mm-hmm. I do want to say, like, after he introduces himself to the realtor and he's like, I'm going to buy this home. Oh, conveniently enough, I think she lives, like, right across the street.
Yeah.
She's watching the news later that night, talking about the murders and how evil this person is and everything he has done. And he's murdered multiple families, but they don't show a picture of him.
Yeah, they showed it earlier when he was watching the news.
Did it?
Yeah,
Okay.
they showed him, but then later they don't show him anymore. Why?
Well, yeah,
Why would you
Oh,
they're
not
like,
show 'em?
well, you already showed you a picture, guys.
Yeah.
Pay attention. We're not doing it again.
Yeah, it was in the paper. We showed you once on, the television. You don't need it anymore, okay? So I'm thinking this movie could have been expedited and over if they just showed a picture.
Yeah, she's
Yeah.
like, huh. Boop, boop, boop.
Yeah,
Yep, he's here.
exactly.
Credits.
And I just think it's weird. It's just weird.
Couldn't you just buy him the record?
It isn't the same, Dr. Clifford. I gotta hum the songs.
Well, I can't blame a man for taking pride in his wife's voice.
How does he arrange this support group?
I don't know.
This is like a couple days later, or maybe even if it's weeks later, because he's clearly settled into this house. He's got furniture, everything's looking great. His life has really turned around for the better.
How did he get this house?
Did you see that guy's wallet? There was at least like $500 in there.
He bought a house with $500?
All the down payment.
He was just renting,
Oh, that's true too, yeah.
but I do wonder, he's got a fake identity,
Yes.
that he just kind of just grabbed from some dead guy. How do you rent a house when you don't have any...
Yeah, nothing.
Yeah. He obviously didn't have his, driver's license or anything because the identity he's assuming is the black guy.
That was funny.
I have things to say about that.
Maybe it was just easier in the 80s. You were just like, I want to rent this house. Here's some money. And the person's like, dude, go for it.
And it could have been.
Maybe they don't need any credentials whatsoever.
Maybe not. People were just way too damn trusting in the 80s, and that's why so many families were getting murdered.
Yes.
God. I mean, look at House, right? That guy's just taking some random kid into the bathroom.
Ooh.
80s is a weird time. I got to figure out right where we are here. Oh, the support group. Okay, this is weird. Very strange scene. Bit funny. Very awkward. The first time with the lady humming the show tunes.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
That was weird. Like, what's the point? Why are we doing this?
I want to meet that lady.
I don't know. It's just, I feel like this whole support group is wrong. Who would talk about this in front of other people?
That's the point.
Yeah.
That's the point.
Is it the point?
They're not very supportive, though.
No.
They're just laughing at her. I mean, I probably would laugh too.
Yeah.
But
Yeah, I just thought it was a little weird. This all was just coming together way too quickly. But Maddie, whom I've spelled her name incorrectly half of my notes, is onto him.
mm-hmm.
She knows something's odd.
Because she has eyeballs.
And large hoop earrings.
Yeah.
And he's getting a lot of porno magazines sent to his house.
Yeah, no.
No,
That's what she thinks, though.
not him.
Wasn't it him? Who was it?
No,
What did
that's
she think?
was it the Hummy guy? Was it, no,
No, it was someone
Meg's Carol's old boyfriend or something?
Oh, okay. I
It
got
was
that
someone
part.
else.
It was
I don't know
somebody
who it
else
was.
getting, what did she say, stroke books?
Oh.
It sounds like a perverted Facebook. Welcome to Stroke Book.
Oh. I did not know she said that.
Oh, I was cracking up. I've never heard that one before, but it's pretty good. See, the 80s gives us some things. Like, not necessary things.
You're from the 80s. It makes sense.
I don't remember. I was too
Not,
young.
not
I don't
necessary
remember.
things.
Can you imagine, like, what would I have been, like, a couple years old? Like, why is he getting these weird magazines in the mail?
I'm just saying.
three.
You said that things that are unnecessary came from the 80s.
Oh.
Your life's unnecessary.
It's within this time. Things start to kind of get a little weird because Dr. Jean's moving in on Meg and her son. He's like, get with the son, and I'll get in with the mom.
Yeah,
Okay, yeah.
simultaneously.
Oh, my God. Anywho, he puts his plan into effect. Things seem like they're working until the one group meeting, he's just distracted because he sees Phil. He doesn't know it's Phil yet, but he sees Phil, which is actually Carol's now husband. They're still married, and he wants to give it another shot because his relationship with the younger girl just fell apart. And he's like, you know what? I'm just going to go back for right now. You know?
Makes sense.
Phil.
Phil's a piece of shit.
Yeah, who cares that he died, am I right?
Yes.
I like Phil.
Oh, my God. No.
No! We
Phil-
don't like Phil.
No one likes Phil. Phil's a dick. And this is where it's obvious about the next fact I am going to present to you people. Phil's death was awful. Okay? The blood splatters on the light bulb. This
Yeah.
is all the hokiest murder you could ever put in a movie. When they were test screening this movie, I don't know how Bob and Harvey Weinstein are connected to this. I tried to find the correlation, but from what I read from multiple sources online, these two producers seen this and said, this needs more blood. Okay. And then the director, something Burr? John Burr? Joe Burr? Joe
He's
Mama?
so
Joe Burr.
cold.
Let me see.
Burr.
It was, give me a second here. Okay, Jeff. I knew it was a J.
Goldblum.
Okay. No. So, Jeff Burr was told this, like, hey, this movie could do better, add more blood. And he's like, not doing that. And I guess I don't know who stepped in, but somebody was like, no, we're going to add more blood. They say it, we're going to do it. So, they're going to do it, and Jeff's not going to do this. So they hire another director to film and put in these blood scenes after the fact. And apparently they ended up even hokier because the main guy, is his name Terry O'Quinn? Good Lord. Yes.
Sure.
Terry O'Quinn was like, yeah, I don't want to do this either. This is stupid. And they went ahead with it. They're just like, no, we're the producers. You will do as we say. So there's like no real like heart and care and emotion to any of these scenes. And there's one in particular I want to question, and later on, I don't know if you guys will agree or disagree, but we'll get there. There's something weird about it. And so I'm believing that the stupid bucket of blood splash on the light bulb and all that was some added BS. It's not good.
That's my favorite scene.
No.
Yep.
It's not good. Another girl from the group, I don't even know her name. She starts to get a little kind of weirded out too. Like, hey, isn't it weird? We're telling this guy that we don't know where he came from. We don't know anything about his past. Nothing. We're telling him all our deepest, darkest secrets.
Well, he is a psychologist.
But they know nothing about him. Isn't
Yeah.
that like a thing where, like, doctors move into town and stuff? Like, hey, I'm from here. I studied here. I've been to this.
He's got nothing on the walls. He doesn't have like a card or something.
That's why I'm wondering.
Nothing?
Then why did they all decide to go to him?
That's why I think it's so weird. Because, like, I could understand a psychiatrist moving into town saying, look, I don't have a practice here. So for the time being, I'm just kind of operating out of my house. I don't know if that exactly works, but I could see that. But like you said about renting the apartment house or whatever, he has no credentials. He has no proof, nothing showing any legitimacy of anything he's doing.
But he has a notepad.
A blank notepad.
Yeah, but it looks professional. He could have changed that out though. Because I kind of thought that. I was like, well, maybe he changes them out. End of the day.
And I'm thinking, even though she's freaked out because, okay, hoop earring girl, Maddie, okay, just to bring you guys up to speed, she goes back to his house and intrudes.
Yeah.
She just walks right in because she forgot her trucker's hat. Which
It was her mail hat.
Oh, is that what that was? Yeah. I didn't see it. I'm like, she left this weird netted trucker's cap there. What is she doing with this thing? Why did she take it to group in the first place?
She just got done with the work, maybe. I don't know.
Okay, whatever. And, she goes there.
Mail doesn't stop.
He's true. I mean, around here it does. Stupid people. Anyway, she goes there. He's not answering the door because he is working in his soundproof garage workshop.
Just cutting things because he's mad.
He has got saws going. He's hammering like a madman because he is pissed. Is he pissed at Phil in this scene? I'm confused.
Yeah.
Okay.
He doesn't, yeah.
Okay.
Roll back.
Much like Lydia, he is making all this noise. And nothing. You hear practically nothing outside. I'm like, isn't the garage like right there? And garage doors are like sheet metal. You would hear something. I just like licked
He
my
got
phone.
one of those garage door insulator kits.
I still don't think it's going to reduce the noise that much. It is insane.
He has noise canceling systems.
Okay,
Sorry.
whatever. But in
Very
any
thorough.
case, she goes in and she looks in the notebook because she inquired beforehand, like, did you hear anything I said? It's like, it's all right here, Maddie. Don't you worry. But she looks and there's nothing. And I also feel like instead of acting creepy, anything else I can help you with? He'd just be like, is there anything else I can just play it off?
Well, he was still in the moment.
That's just his natural personality.
He's got done sawing things and hammering a picture.
That is true. Okay, fine. And maybe that's why she wasn't 100% convinced.
I told Carol my last practice was in Connecticut, yes. This is from my high school telling me about my 25th class reunion. It's amazing how they can still find you after all these years. Isn't it?
And this is where she finds out that he is actually a black man from Portland, I think.
But, how do you approach a situation? Because that could be really offensive.
Well,
He's black. He wanted to be white. Okay?
okay, but could not this have simply been same name? Like, oh, they obviously have the wrong guy because I just have the same name.
Well, it doesn't matter because it worked.
Well, this is where I feel like he kind of messed himself up. She jumped to conclusions, right?
He messed himself. I'm sorry.
He did. No, seriously, because here's the thing. She's like, oh, then how do you explain this? After she says all this stuff, and now he's acting like, oh shit, how am I gonna weave this web of lies to make it work? 'Cause he's actually really good at this. He's clever. He always knows like the right thing to say.
It's almost like this whole thing was scripted.
Yes, it's so weird. But I feel like she jumped to conclusions like, no, this is the real Dr. Jean or Jean so-and-so or whatever. But like, really? Like, you jump to that conclusion. You work for the mail service. There has never been, like, a wrong addressed, same named person in the history of mail. How long has
Not
that
on
been
her
running?
watch.
But I just thought that was so stupid. I was going to say this wouldn't even work. But him acting the way he did, saying he was from Portland and all this stuff, like, oh, I just, I had a practice in Connecticut, but, I went to high school there. Well, you done just fucked up right there because now she knows you're just stringing all this stuff together because you're a black man, okay? But he could have just deny.
She's just judging him on his skin color.
Yes.
Why she didn't go to Carol is beyond me.
Yeah.
She's like, well, you better tell her, or else I'm going to tell her.
Yeah, I don't know.
No, this guy is being weird, and you're just going to be like, well, she's my best friend, but, well, I'll wait.
What are you going to do?
Her death was the best, by the way.
I don't think she would have died, though. Okay. So, Maddie, again, to bring everybody up to speed here, Maddie is really into this because at this point in the movie, Carol and Dr. Jean are engaged. And she's like, you were not marrying my best friend, you psycho. You're not even a doctor. And so she's really hell-bent on uncovering who Dr. Jean really is. Like you said, doesn't go to the source ultimately. Well, I guess she does go to the source. She doesn't go to her best friend to say this. She goes to him, which is stupid, always a mistake. And he's going to take care of Maddie. And he does this by choking her out in her house. But the moment she hits the floor, he takes the towel off.
You wouldn't?
What?
He strangled her with like a towel or something.
That was like one of those little robe ties.
It looked like a terry cloth towel.
I don't know.
Now, who's Terry Cloth?
The
That's a
best
great name.
part is she is a good friend because she has Carol's picture.
Oh, yeah. Best friends do.
I don't know what this is.
It's called a glamour shot.
But
we all
it's
have
beautiful.
them.
And she's just like dying, and then there's Carol.
This is the part where I'm wondering if they added a sequence, right? Because think about this. I feel like it was intended, I could be way off base here, okay? But I feel like it was intended to show him at a typewriter, taking the wine, wiping the typewriter off, and then walking by her hanging body. I think this was supposed to be a very eerie and subtle horror movie. And then these Weinstein fellers were all like, add blood. There needs to be blood. This needs to be more violent and grotesque, blah, 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 blah. Which I think essentially made it campier than it needed to be.
It needed something.
Well, but when you watch this scene, there's a struggle. They never show his face, and there's a horrible voiceover of him saying some stuff like, die, or I don't know, you'll never get in the way of our marriage. Or,
I die, or I don't know.
I can't remember what he says, but he says something. I'm like, this is after the fact. This was not intended.
Yeah.
So
But I needed more, even still, because let me tell you, this movie was so boring.
It was very flat.
So slow.
I think
Pick
this
up the pace.
actually, I feel like if they didn't add this blood bullshit, I feel like it could have been
I fell asleep multiple times.
a legit eerie thriller. I think it could have worked. Oh, God. But I feel like all these campy little thrown in blood scenes and some things I feel like they also added for dramatic effect that are so hokey. It kills it. It kills it. Even like, and I'm paraphrasing, but ultimately, people were saying, like critics were saying, that this deviates from the realistic, rooted horror the first one had. And this one was just too tongue-in-cheek and too campy. And that's why it kind of failed.
But it wasn't even good campy.
No, it's
because
not.
it was like an afterthought, I guess. I didn't know that until now. But
and I'm curious because the original director's like, yeah, I'm not touching it. This is fine. And I mean, it must have been good because that's why they wanted to give it the theatrical release. Like, well, this is supposed to go straight to video, but I mean, like, this is pretty good. Let's just test it. And I don't know if that thought came before or after the blood scenes, but I think this movie could have been a lot better than what it was. I think it was better than what we got.
Yeah.
But whatever. I wish I knew the budget, by the way, because I feel like they did okay. I feel like they did okay for their budget.
I also think it's weird that no one, except for Carol, knows that it's Camptown Races. They keep referring to this, like, crazy song. Like, what is this really old, weird thing he's whistling? We all know the rhythm, but what is it?
Yeah, it's really... I
As
mean,
soon as I heard it!
The kid, possibly.
Man.
If I whistled that around my kids, they'd be like... Well, first of all, they wouldn't even ask. They don't care. They just do not care. But if they heard it, they'd be like... Yo, Pops, what's that tune? That's how my kids actually talk, kind of. But, you know, when he's done strangling Maddie and, you know, goes yard hopping, which, I hate this. This guy is smart, he's witty, he's clever, charismatic, pays attention to detail. Why is he taking the bottle of wine? He would not do this.
Why is he sneaking out the back, but then whistling?
Yeah. These are some things that are just there to bring the end together, okay? But I love how he's walking through the yard whistling, and the guy then later who's talking to Carol's like, yeah, this gentleman sneaking away from her house was cutting through my backyard whistling this old tune. It was something like, And then he starts going quicker, and I'm like, this is the dumbest shit, dude. You know this song.
I know.
He's old. He was around when it came out on radio. Well, I'm just like, this is so dumb.
I heard someone walking from her backyard across mine. Someone whistling.
Whistling?
Yeah. Some song I ain't heard in a long time.
Let's just go to wedding day. It's the day they're getting wed, you know, and this is skipping the great lovemaking scene, by the way.
Yeah.
Sorry, we don't need to get into that. Unless you guys want to touch on that.
I'd love to. They should have waited till they're married.
They really should have. You know, tradition is important.
Yes.
And she should not have worn white. She was a hoe. Okay?
Yeah, wow.
Yeah, I don't understand. What
Do
they're
it right.
thinking. Yeah.
Okay, it's first time.
Yeah.
He's scared.
Well, that's the thing, too. Like, I think going back to the wine thing, and we'll get to the marriage in a second, but I think that was the whole purpose of the wine. Like, he had to have a reason to be out, and this kind of cements it. And she's like, well, how did you get wine at this time of night? He's like, oh, I got my ways. He could have just went back, and she'd be like, where did you go? I'm like, well, just, you know, I had to take a walk and clear my mind. I don't think she would have thought anything of that.
Maybe he went to his house.
Oh, shit, yeah.
Maybe he had wine.
I don't know why I was thinking they were living together right now. But yeah, exactly.
He got a good deal on that wine, though. It was a steal.
That's one killer of a good deal. So dumb. It's not good at all.
You just ruined my joke.
I'm going to edit that out. That was so bad, I'm embarrassed.
No.
As you should be.
I'll leave it in.
Okay, now let's get to the marriage scene. After all these shenanigans, he got the wine, he's killing people, and now it's time to walk down the aisle. But this is so good. I love this. Maddie's parents, even during mourning of their daughter, send them like 4 bottles of wine. Same wine that he took from Maddie's apartment or house or whatever when he killed her. And now Carol's like, whoa, this is weird. And then the son starts whistling. And I don't care what you guys say. I kind of liked this because there was a little bit of like, I guess not necessarily tension, but like I was really getting into this scene.
The last 10 minutes is the best part of the whole movie.
Yes.
To me, that was like there was stuff going on.
Yes.
Finally,
Yes, it's like it was that realization. It's like my kid is whistling that song. He got me the same kind of wine that was at my friend's house when she committed suicide, which doesn't seem
It was
like
the
her.
son.
Yeah, he's a good boy.
Yeah.
No, she knows what's going on. None of this shit was happening until Dr. Jean came around. Okay, or should I say, Jerry Blake. Yep. So, there's this realization. We get this great fight. I love this. Oh my God, when she stabbed his hand, I'm like, oh! Just like that.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm sure it was just like a prop hand, obviously, but it was like,
No, it was real.
it was
really
just,
did that.
it was
You
there.
could tell that was a rubber hand.
It was so
it was very
good.
rubbery.
I have one just like it.
Whew, so, why do you have a rubber hand?
Don't ask questions.
But yeah, when that happened, I was just like, oh my God, so good. You know, I feel like I can watch movies where people get shot all day, you know, or stabbed. But it's the little things. You show like a paper cut?
Oh, I didn't
You
want to
know?
think about it.
It's the smaller things that are way worse.
No.
There's one detail that they could have added to the movie. Instead of having him whistling Camptown Races, he should have been humming a show tune.
Yes. Yep. Right before the wedding night. Yep. No, on the wedding night. Would have been more dramatic. No, okay, no. So, there's this bloody battle throughout this church or chapel or whatever, and it's great. It is so good. Tables are flipping over, dishes are breaking, blood is going everywhere. The son, I was hoping that hammer fell on him. I'm like, what are you doing? And by the way, there's like brooms and shit in that
I know, I
closet.
thought
Come
the same
on,
thing.
kid, you are dumb. But
Yeah.
okay, there's like this. The only thing I hate about this. Only thing I hate about this entire scene is after it's all said and done, and the guy dies. He's stabbed with the cake cutting thing, and the kid like hits him a few times with a hammer, and they walk down the aisle.
Dramatic.
Very. And I'm like, really? I get what they're aiming for here. This bloody dramatically, yes, just walk down and fade to black. And it's like, no, it is so corny. So corny. But yeah, I mean, I am a little upset that you guys are falling asleep and thinking it's god awful.
It was just very like. It
Oh,
was one
shit.
note. It was very somber. It was like.
I think it was supposed to be, though.
The whole time, and like, there was no, like I said, there was no fighting back. There was this. It was very boring until the end. The end, you know, was like, oh, okay, here we go.
Yeah. That's just honestly because I feel like they weren't supposed to show as much of the fight scenes as we got.
Yeah.
I think a lot of that extra fighting footage was after the fact. I think it was supposed to see like maybe the end results of all the fights and stuff to kind of really build up to the final battle. I mean, I could be wrong. It's just
I don't
personal
know.
opinion.
I don't know. It was slow. It was boring, and it was cheesy.
What?
Just bear with me.
Who are you?
Avert your eyes. All right. So stupid. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, guys. I have failed again. Okay.
Wow.
Okay, there we go. All right, my rating is locked in the way it should be. I rated wrong. I'm sorry, okay? That being said, it is time for, I guess I'm still calling it Final Thoughts and Ratings. We are going to start, whoa, oh boy. Russell, hit that switch down there that I haven't rigged up yet. You can use your foot. It doesn't matter. There we go. Illuminated buttons that you really can't even see. All right. Wait, what? Oh yeah, don't press that one. That was mine. Just remember that. Okay. Just in case I need to re-say this.
Wow.
It's time for Final Thoughts and Ratings. And let's go to Russell for the first. What are you going to give Stepfather 2? Make room for Daddy.
I would have rated it better had I known it was also called Make Room for Daddy.
Yeah. I don't know if that's a re-release thing. They re-released it when they apparently made the reboot of this movie.
Why?
What do you mean why? To amp it up.
It's
Amp
just-
up the reboot. I don't know if that's when they I don't know if they dropped it before then or added it. I don't know. But yeah. Yeah, Make Room for Daddy. Great name. I know you'd love it. What are you giving it?
No. No.
Oh, no. Oh, crap.
No.
Hold on.
No.
Just, guys, do your thing.
The
No.
anticipation is killing me.
Oh, my God. I'm so
It's a
sorry.
6. Were you doing 6s for a while?
Try
Ryan?
Yes.
Try again. Try again.
Yep.
All right, there we
No.
go. 7. Actually,
Well,
considering how you've been talking about this, I thought it was going to be worse.
at first, I'm like, this is just a boring, cheesy 80s horror movie. Middle of the road, just basic. And then the longer it went on, and then the cheesy ending, and I'm just like, okay, yeah, it's really not very good.
So what you're telling me, what I'm hearing, what is making me so upset is that you're putting this on the exact same scale as The Strangers Pray at Night?
Did you get that 70?
I believe so.
Shit, that was more exciting than this movie. This should have gotten 80% then. You're right. I messed up. Listen, it's fine.
They're rated for different things, okay?
At least in the Strangers movie, I didn't feel like I was trying to stay awake so hard.
Oh, man. Okay. Lydia,
Yeah.
what do you get in Stepfather 2? Oh,
60.
Nice. All right.
I didn't hate it. It just needed something. It was boring. And I really liked the ending. The ending is kind of what brought it up a little bit. But it was boring.
Well, let me tell you something. One, I'm excited to see the first one now.
Yeah.
And two, I after talking to you previously about this, I'm like, oh man, I really lowered my expectations for this one because I'm like, I had seen this a long time ago, and I thought maybe it's not as good as I remember because I actually remember liking this movie, and I'm watching this, and I'm like, I think I like this.
Wow.
I'm giving this movie, bam, 30% trash.
Wow.
I-
Surprising.
Wait a minute. It was from the 80s.
It's 89, thank you. But so it's a tail end. It's almost 90s. Kind of had a 90s feel though, right?
No, it was
not
80s.
enough.
It was 80s all the
But
way.
okay, I was expecting this to be really awful because the way you were talking about it, you just did not seem thrilled. I thought maybe it's not as good as I remember. But as I'm watching this, yes, there is cheese sprinkled out through.
Sprinkle cheese.
There is cheese sprinkled throughout this movie, but after reading that they put a lot of different scenes in there to make it bloodier, I kind of realized, and I think I could pick apart those scenes, and they brought it down. I don't know what the hell they were thinking,
Yeah.
but I liked this. I had a fun time watching this movie.
No.
This was fun.
Feel the exact opposite.
I thought I was going to like it because we all know I like those really stupid, super dramatic, killing craziness, but I didn't really have that. And I was just like they kind of did, but because it was a second thought
Right,
type
yeah.
of thing, it wasn't good.
Yeah,
so I
'cause-
was really disappointed.
I was just bored.
Yeah.
But that's the thing. I think the intentions were slow burn, right? Like it was meant to kind of build up the creepiness. Like he's committing all these murders, and they were supposed to, I think, present them in a subtle and creepy way, where it's like, and this guy's living and hooking up with this lady and her son. It was supposed to be eerie and creepy. And like you said, they just gave all these no one fights back fight scenes. And
Yeah.
it took away from, I think, what the ending was supposed to then give you. It was building up to the climactic ending, and they took that away. But I don't know, maybe they didn't. Maybe it's not as what I thought it was intended to be. That makes sense? I don't know.
Wasn't great.
It was good. Wasn't great. I will say that. It wasn't great, but it was good. I would watch this again.
I really want to watch the first one though.
Yeah.
That little snippet looked pretty
I
good.
feel like the first one looks a little intense.
Yeah.
Actually.
Original Daddy.
Oh, really? the OD?
Yeah.
Original Daddy.
He OD'd.
Oh boy.
That was the end of the first one.
Okay. That brings us to the end of this week's episode. If this is not your first time, subscribe and help us play this numbers game with YouTube. And if you made it all the way to the end, you obviously like us enough to get this far, so subscribe anyway. And we'll see you guys next week for an all-new episode. We're not going to be doing sequels anymore.
No more twos!
No more twos.
All these number 2s were really number 2.
Wait, were they? What did we have?
Trying a new thing.
All right, sir. Should I?
All right, sir.
All right, sir.
Okay. All right. Whoa. All right. Hey, everyone. We're the Rewind Guys. -1.
There's still a shark.
Wait, what?
There's still a shark.
And every time you point over there, you're just pointing at the shark.
Yeah. If a world-famous musician was like, hey, I want to put your voice in my next song, say something cool, I would say jamming on the one.
Yeah.
Jamming on the one.
Yes.
Is he talking about, like, the track on the mixing board?
I have no idea.
Jamming on the one. Crank that up. Bring those levels higher, Daddy.
I think it was weird that he was going after Joe. Joe Mama!
Like, for a split second, I wanted to comment, but you have been on a Joe Mama kick for like 2 weeks.
His whole life.
Yeah, that's true. It kind of comes and goes. After this wave settles, it's going to be, guess who's back in town?
No. Yeah, I haven't heard that one in a while.
The boys.
Boys are back in town.
He's got 3 jokes he's got to recycle. I'm sorry, Russell. Oh, God.
It's a delight.
It really is. What the hell was that?
I think that was my mouth, but I'm not sure. I'm not completely sure, okay? It may not have been.
Like a natural dog whistle.
It was like a little peewee scream.
Woo, man. Okay.
Yeah.
It is.
It really is.
Turn this down. Okay. Give me a second. I gotta, like, compose myself here. Whew. Okay. Sorry, I can't shake it.
This is the worst episode. My eyeball feels awful. This is falling apart already. Like 10 minutes in.
I'm sorry, I just never heard anybody make that noise. But I don't remember how he died. Doesn't matter. Anyway, so
where's Mike when you need him? He
know.
would know.
He would have known. He's, you know what? I don't know. I was gonna say he's gonna be watching this like, come on, guys, like yelling at the screen. But it's gonna be weeks.
Yeah,
it's weeks later.
He's not gonna watch this movie anyway.
You know, here's the funny thing about Mike.
You don't want him anymore?
No,
I want him.
No, here's the funny thing about Mike. Like, he's not super vocal, but he always chimes in with details we all overlook or sarcastic little funny quips. It's like, I feel like he saves and reserves his speech for meaningful things.
Yeah. He just garbage all the time.